Q Services, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube. What I'm going to do is demonstrate to you the steam boiler setup. Now this machine here, this boiler, working alongside a 21 litre machine, what we're simply going to do is demonstrate how we can get up to very high temperature, 150 degrees continuous temperature, and obviously on the system itself we can also make the machine itself work from different litrages and different pressures. Every job out there is different. Sometimes you want less pressure, 150 degree steam to do the job. You might then want to be able to get the job done quickly. Chewing gum removal is one of them, so what you simply do is open the jet up, change the angle of it from a 15 degree to a 65 degree or something like that. Now what the jet is that's in this lance at the moment is a 1505 jet. We've also then got a 15045 jet here that can be put in place. They're both 15 degrees. When we're running this system, what we simply do is also, you don't want to be waiting around for it to get up to top temperature. So what you'd simply do on the system itself is open your primer frost valve. So you're letting water out the system quickly and easily. So the boiler is then letting less water through. You then set your boiler at 100 and probably 120 degrees. So that's up to the top. So straight up 120. So it gets up there quickly. You can then control it and take control of it. You want this boiler to be continually burning. You don't want it going on and off depending on what job. So what you've got there is 3 different ways of controlling that. You've got the jet size. You've then got the engine revs. Torch on the air on the engine. Turn the revs up, turn the revs down. That also alters the pressure and alters litres. Then got this little valve on here. And obviously that's also set, so when you open that, you're letting water out of the system to release the water. So there's water returning back to tank, so it's giving us full control over the system. So when we come to use the machine itself, we can do the job that's required of the machine itself. So what we're going to do is set this machine up. Now you probably won't be able to hear me once we start the machine. But like I say, what we're going to do is set the boiler, so it's set at 120, start the machine up. And we're going to run the machine up. So we'll turn the machine on and get it up and running. So like I just said before, turn the machine on. This system here now, like I said, if you let water out of the system, that then lowers the pressure down on the lance, but it lets less water through the system. This is set 120, which you'll hear in a minute or two. When this burner gets up to temperature, this burner will stop burning. That's 120. We'll then take control and turn it up to 150 degrees. So we're using the prime and frost and dump valve to get rid of some of the water. Like I say, this is a 21 litre machine, 200 bar. And as you can see there, with very little pressure working at the moment. When we close this valve, that will all change. So you've heard now the boiler's just shut off. So what we'll do is we'll close this valve. And we're turning that up to 150. Now, if you listen to that now, the boiler's gone off. So what we're going to do is tweak this a little bit more and give it more pressure on the revs. Now that's turned on the revs. That boiler will come back in. And you want that to be doing the continuous steam all the time, so it's right. Right, so what we're after now is making that do continuous 150 degrees. We've turned the engine revs up so it's doing more pressure. So what we're doing now is getting back up there again now for the temperature. If the thermostat comes in and knocks off, what we do is either go for jet size, depending on the job you're doing, turn the literage of the machine up its pressure on the torques and the air, or lessen the amount of water returning back to tank on this valve here. And this looks like we've got it set right, so it's doing continuous steam. We'll be able to tell, because if we go to this here, what you'd see is when you turn it, it's a knock off. So we're set there about 140, as soon as we started to turn it, the boiler went off. Thank you very much, Qservices, Qwashers, eBay and YouTube. And like I say, you can change the jet to change the pressure, depending on the job you're doing. Thank you.